I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here.
Friday, Mr. Trump signed a sweeping order barring people from 7 predominantly Muslim nations from entering the U.S. for 3 months.
Donald Trump made it very clear during the campaign that he was going to be working on extreme vetting.
Iran, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, Libya, and Sudan.
President Trump's executive order igniting an immediate legal challenge.
It did cause a bit of chaos.
People in the airport were pissed, and it's not because they're at the airports. Welcome to Trump's America.
The first directive of the executive order was that there's going to be a ban on refugees for 120 days. Individuals from certain countries are going to be prohibited from entering the U.S. for 90 days. When I came up here Saturday night, there were individuals that had been detained since 9 in the morning.
We have seen and heard about some very abusive and intrusive practices, including detailed and aggressive questioning about people's religion, downloading all of the data from their cell phones and sending that apparently to Washington, D.C. One person, at least we have a report, was physically assaulted, a female. And Washington is only letting people through by requiring a piece of paper from Washington in an incredible act of bureaucracy to come through to get each one of these people free.
We're waiting for my father-in-law, so he left yesterday, Middle East. Nervous, upsetness, honestly, and just, no one happy, because we don't know what next. I don't feel comfortable, to be honest with you, not anymore.
These people had existing legal rights to enter this country that had already been approved. They've gone through a legal process. This executive order, without warning, while people are on flights, purports to take away those existing legal rights, and it, in multiple respects, as courts have already held, violates multiple provisions of the United States Constitution.
I called Chris Hamilton and I asked him if he would come. He didn't really want to. He was hesitant and reticent at first.
Matt said, "I'm coming to your house." I said, "I'm sure there are other people handling this." He said, "I'm looking into it. There is nobody else handling this. This is the call of duty. We need to show up. This is about the rule of law." And so Matt came and picked me up, and we didn't know what we would find. When we showed up, there were dozens of lawyers here in suits ready to roll. So I did the only thing I knew how to do. We set up a war room. And so I put my credit card down. We got a big conference room at the hotel. By noon or so, we had over 100 lawyers that had just answered the call of duty spontaneously. Many of them hadn't even received a message.
When you have people like this who are not even being given the right to access to counsel, how can you possibly look away and still call yourself a lawyer who is supporting the Constitution of the United States?
The most immediate thing that we have done is set up essentially a law firm inside the airport. We have lawyers stationed outside of Immigration and Customs exit who are collecting information, making their services available. We're getting clients who are retaining us, who are family members waiting for people that are being unlawfully detained.
The only way that we are going to be able to fight this administration and to fight these policies is through legal action. Nobody should be hassled when they've gone through the process of obtaining a visa, it's no easy thing to come to the U.S. This executive order is really it's really playing on people's fears. It's not founded in reality.
I think I started out, I think then we have the pastors and
Right.
the imam
Right.
and the rabbi.
Right.
Just talk from their point of
Right.
view, very briefly.
Right.
I think then we turn it over to Lisa.
Yes.
I think Lisa, you just talked about how you were inspired by this, what your thoughts are on this.
Right.
What we
And
want you to do.
it'll be at a point where, you know, you'll be able to come in with a lot of energy at that point.
But you're going to
Follow
say why it's so important.
I
I'm just
am.
going to say we can't do it without your
me? You're the
help.
chorus.
The mantra, the
Yes,
refrain.
the refrain.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
really be repeating.
Yes.
Okay.
But with your own touch, Lisa
Okay.
Blue style.
Okay.
The lawyers don't know how long this is going to go on. You cannot assume it's going to be done in 90 days. And we want to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks.
We now have one of the largest law firms in Dallas operating inside this airport, and I would suggest we may have the most talented, most prestigious, most hardworking, most honest, and the most powerful law firm in this country. We believe in these things, and so we're here to announce that we're willing to do whatever it takes. We're willing to work for free. We're willing to spend everything we have for these principles and these ideals. We believe in this.
You're fighting for us and for everyone, and we are so proud of you. You know, our kids will be very thankful to you guys.
You're going to make me cry.
Jazz is coming and finally he's here. Yeah.
Families were reunited. There were people who were willing to fight for total strangers and use the rule of law to help them, I think was invigorating and hopefully tried to combat some of the damage that was done by this horrific policy. These people matter, and it matters for this country to show that the rule of law actually does beat tyranny.